Hey, hello and welcome to Jason's MMA One Take. This week we're going to have Mariano Rodriguez taking on Michelle Waterson in the main event. Let's talk a little bit about last week. First off, Kai Kamaka, huge robbery, second with 60% accuracy. Should have been 70% because Kai got robbed. Is what it is. We're going to move on to the next. And in the next one, we're going to have Mariano Rodriguez taking a win away from Michelle Waterson here. I think at minus 220, she's a good call. I think she's a more well-rounded mixed martial artist than Waterson, especially at flyweight. Waterson is really I don't know about a true atom weight, but that was where she was most dominant. Now she's moved up 20 pounds to 125 pounds. I think Mariano Rodriguez is going to be able to bully her around the octagon. That's how I see this thing playing out. Despite Waterson having some amazing striking, I think Mariana gets it done overall. Unless Waterson can decision her way and point her way to victory. Either way, stick with Rodriguez. Then we have Alex Morono taking on Cowboy and what could be his last ride for Donald Cerrone. And this one here at welterweight, I know you hate to hear it, but I am going to go with Morono in this one. I think he's the better call. Cowboy's been on such a slide, 38 years of age. We've seen him struggle so much recently. I think it's hard to pick Cowboy, despite the fact that he looks determined. The stats tell me he won't win. The way he's acted in press conferences tells me he will win because he realizes that the candle is burning quickly and there might not be much left in the tank for him. So we'll see. If Cowboy shows up, Morono's can't hurt him early. Maybe Cowboy will take this one away. I do want to see Cowboy win, but the numbers still say Morono. That's what we stick with. And at plus 160, I think he's a good call to put your money on. Then we have Jeff Neal taking on Neil Magny at welterweight. And this one here, I think Jeff Neal's slightly better mixed martial artist. I think he has more power than Neal, if I'm honest. Neal, I think, has a bit more speed. But Jeff Neal, I think, is going to be a problem here at welterweight. Minus 200, he's your call against Magny. Then we have Maurice Greene taking on Marcos Rogerio de Lima. This one here, minus 200. There's a lot of power here in this one, so it really could go either way anytime you're doing this with heavyweights. But I think De Lima has better skills overall. He's got a bit better ground game, in my opinion, and I think he will be able to get it done having heavy hands as well. Then we have Diego Ferreira taking on Gregor Gillespie. Both of them coming off of losses, and we haven't seen Gillespie since that loss to Kevin Lee. It's been quite a while for this guy, and I think that was a fluke here. I think at minus 170, Gillespie's your guy. He's going to be able to chain wrestle with Ferreira. If Ferreira's his streak, I think he hasn't performed as well as his streak suggested, and I think he's not as good as his streak suggested. That's why he lost in his last outing, and I think Gillespie here is going to get it done against a guy that I think was a little overrated, if I'm honest. So Gillespie minus 170 is your call at lightweight. Then we have a strawweight matchup. Now, this one here, I've had a really horrible time picking Angela Hill fights, so just take this one with a grain of salt. But Amanda Hebus is taking on Angela Hill, and at minus 185, I like Hebus in this one. I think that she will get it done. I think her loss in her last outing was a bit of a fluke. I think she'll bounce back in this one and take out Angela Hill, but it is Angela Hill. She's a bit of a wild card. She's underrated, I think, sometimes. I think she's gotten a lot better than when she first showed up in the UFC, so her stats might still be skewed to when she first showed up versus now. Her skill set's improved is what I'm saying, and it might not be as clear-cut as I make it out to be, but Amanda Hebus is your call either way. Next one, Felipe Lins and Ben Rothwell at heavyweight. This one here, it's really a tough call. I mean, both these guys throw heavy hands. I think Rothwell has the better chin, but I think Lins in his youth here is going to have an easier time. I'm going with Lins in the heavyweight, minus 105. He's your call. Then we have Kyle Dockhouse in the middleweight matchup taking on Phil Hawes. I like Dockhouse in this one, minus 130 money. I think there could be a knockout here. I think this guy has big potential to score performance of the night money potentially, and I'm going to go ahead and take Dockhouse in this one. Then in the next one we have at featherweight, Ludovic Klein taking on Michael Trezano. And a lot of people are riding high on Klein. I'm not. I'm taking Trezano in this one. Trezano plus 200 is a great way to make some extra cash in this one. I think he is going to outperform his numbers, and I think you will be happy if you take him on Saturday. Then we have Ryan Benoit coming in taking on Zardou Adashev. Zaruka? We'll just go with Adashev in this one. Flyweight matchup, minus 125 for Benoit. I think he gets it done. Both these guys are really slim margins as far as the probability that I calculate. So just keep that in mind. Grain of salt situation is really you pick him, but I got to go with one guy. That's going to be Benoit. It's going to be Benoit. Then we have Tefon Nachakui taking on Jung Young Park. I think Nachakui, for his green stage of his career, I think he's just 5-0 at this point. Minus 140 on him. Done. Both these guys are really slim margins as far as the probability that I calculate. So just keep that in mind. Grain of salt situation is really you pick him, but I got to go with one guy. That's going to be Benoit. It's going to be Benoit. Then we have Tefon Nachakui taking on Jung Young Park. I think Nachakui, for his Greene stage of his career, I think he's just 5-0 at this point. Minus 140 on him. I think he is going to be the pick over Park. And then the last one, we have a debut matchup with Christian Aguilera taking on Christine Aguilera. All right. Oh, boy. Christian Aguilera taking on Carlston Harris. We don't edit these. This is a one take. Minus 165 for Carlston Harris. He's going to be the call in this one. I like him just a little bit more, but it is a debut. So, again, take it with a grain of salt. So, that has been your MMA One Take.